Hello everyone and welcome back to PAX and Recreation, and today we are giving some gifts ungiven. That's some Magic the Gathering humor. only actual MTG players get that one. Because today we are opening a gift box. We are opening the Multiverse gift box. Not to be confused with the gift box or the holiday gift box or the gift pack, and certainly not to be confused with any gift bundles, which are basically just collector bundles. But today we have a Multiverse gift box. It contains 2 Visions preview boosters. So this time with the gift boxes, instead of going backwards like we're doing for Bundle Mania, I'm just opening the old ones. Now, today on things that I would like to share with you. Look at the wrapper. That wrapper has, like, this plastic wrap has seen things. I want to show you the wrapper. The reflections are going to be mad crazy, but I want to show you that like you can see the texture of the wrapper, of how old it is. It's not that old, but it is old, and I'm just going to open it. So wish me luck. These are the expensive videos for the channel, so let's see. Actual channels like Alpha Investments and whatnot. It's like, oh, we're opening a box of Alpha, Packs and Recreation. We're opening a Multiverse gift box. This is worth nothing, but I'm not really. Although I would love to meet him, just because he seems like a very interesting individual, and that just plays the Magic game as if it was stocks, and a lot of people do, but he's like in a league of his own. At least that's the vibe that I get. Maybe I'm wrong. So, Multiverse gift box. Remember when Magic could get your attention with a freaking cheetah? That's the time. Now, Multiverse gift box contains 2 Vision preview boosters. You have the 5 colors here, so you get everything. A cheetah that says King Cheetah by Therese Nielsen from Visions. Bonus, store your cards. In this case, people, this is a box. Includes hard to find international boosters. So we're going to get boosters from everywhere in the world. And it was only $19.95 US, which is crazy because that's certainly not what I paid for this. So let's see. And it's lovely that they had the MSRP here. Can you imagine if Wizard did this today? Like, yeah, we have an MSRP, but no one cares about it. If it was printed on the box, man, that will be nuts. I can tell you that I paid like 10 times this, maybe, if not more. So hit that like button because this thing hurts. So let's see. Look at the art, man. Look at the art. And they put the artist for each art right next to the art, which is something that they... Oops, this is backwards. Which is something that they still do, but they don't like put the name right next to the art. They put like the name somewhere in the corner, but... Geistenkontakt, Von Kaja Foglio, Renaissance, Baron Sengier, the Pit Venters, Terres Natals. So I guess that not only the card is a different language, but even the by the von, it's in the language of the language that each card is in. Peace Talks by Roger Rope from Visions. I'm certainly butchering the names of those people, so please let me know. Wizards of the Coast, the old logo, the one that looked like Windows 95, and Saccheggio, the Richard Kane Ferguson in Alliance, Ovinomancer by Kevin Walker from Visions, and God knows I'm not going to try because I don't want to have an entire country hating me, from Anson Maddox in Chronicles. And let's see the back of this thing. So you can see that you can see where I am in the world because, well, they put a sticker here, likely because it said made in the US, and they put a sticker here saying The cards and the Vision cards and the storage is in the US and everything else was in Belgium. Okay, so I don't want any problems. So they put a sticker here and then repackage it, I guess. This product contains the following booster packs: 2 Visions, preview, people. Remember that Visions isn't Vision. No, that's Future Sight. Future Sight is the one that had like all the crazy things. Or was it Visions? No, I think it's Future Sight. 1 Italian Alliances, 12 cards. See, we went up, now it's 15. 1 Japanese Chronicles, 1 German Renaissance, 1 French Homelands. For customer service in the US and Latin America, call those numbers: United Kingdom, rest of Europe, Wizards of the Coast, blah, 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 blah. Nice. Deckmaster, Magic the Gathering, and registered trademarks. Cool. This Rainforest laminated display box converts into a handy storage case for your favorite cards, holding approximately 840 cards. So that's without sleeves. Well, actually, in standard size sleeves, or 12 60-card starter decks. Well, that's freaking crazy. Well, is this thing that big? It doesn't look that big. Watch for the remaining Vision cards in early 1997. Man, I love this shit. Meet Visions. Now, before it meets you on the table, the Multiverse gift box introduces preview cards from Visions, the limited edition expansion to Mirage. Have fun, challenge your opponents with new Visions cards, as well as favorite cards from our international products like Italian Alliances, Japanese Chronicles, German Renaissance, and French Homelands. At least they didn't go full cliche with like French Renaissance. Although the Renaissance is Italian, but you know what I mean. At the end of the day, when the dueling is over, store all of your winning cards in this sturdy storage case. 1995, and then you have here the boosters. So this is, as it will happen later in the future with some other products, it's basically a big box to store cards and you get some boosters, right? So now, with all the carefulness that I can have with was basically a cardboard box, let's remove the sleeve and see what's up. What a nice box. Of a cheetah, people, because nowadays it's like angels and robots and shit, but the cheetah is where this shit is at. Look at this. King Cheetah by Therese Nielsen. Now, it's fun because they do say the name of the card here. They don't do that anymore. They just put the artist, like the pen symbol and the artist, and they don't put the set, which is interesting. See, now the same cards that we saw before. 6 cards, 5 colors of magic. Look at the old symbols there. Nice. The box is kind of sturdy and same cards. So same thing for the 2 sides. It's hurting me more than it's hurting you, believe me. This thing is kind of sturdy. It is actually. Like I was like, sturdy my ass, but really it is. The weakest spot is this side, which makes sense because you're pressing it here. But you know, kind of sturdy. And even if you squeeze it on the sides, it is a sturdy box. It's better than most boxes nowadays. Cardboard was different back then. And look at that display. Let me smell this box. Smells like 1997. It smells like a old cardboard, which I know it sounds obvious, but it's not that obvious, as you will find out in a second. But smelling the card explains the card, people. This I love that it's like, I'm going to make videos about magic, and I'm going to talk about the smell of things, because we don't have a smell of Vision yet, so I need to be a pioneer. Yep. Smells like, you know, it's interesting for something that is in 1997, because this thing is telling you to get ready for Visions that is coming in 1997. So early 1997. So this thing is from 1996. If I am not wrong, which I'm going to see in a second. And this thing had to be like crazy back in the day. Yeah, 1996. Here it is. This thing had to be crazy because Magic was like 3 years old, more or less, 2 years old. And it was already like, oh, we have Italian cards, we have German cards. I can imagine people back then going like, ooh, cool. And, you know, without Google Translate, this would have been a lot more difficult. Ooh, look at this. Look at the touch. Ooh, look at the feeling of these boosters, man. This is a different experience. Welcome to Packs and Recreation, where we open old school boosters, and they feel old school as hell. God damn, man, we're going to go, and they'll smell like Magic the Gathering. Yeah, baby, that's right. So we're going to go one by one, very carefully, opening those, and you can actually remove this, and there you have your box. Because this thing, you know, when you buy a Yu-Gi-Oh tin, same logic. So nice box, sturdy box, zero complaints, never had any complaints. So let's see in a second what do we have here, because this thing is crazy. Okay, so let's get right into it. This thing is sandwiched by two Visions boosters, and back then it said like a Richard Garfield game everywhere. Now it says it on the back of the boosters, I think. So I don't remember the right order to do this. I think the order may be here. Yeah, just go like Homelands, Renaissance, Chronicles, Alliances, and Visions, I guess. Along Mirage will be the previous, but whatever. You get what I mean. So let's do it like that. Let's do Visions at the end, because English, and let's do it like this. I'm going to try to actually, you know what? Let's do the order that they did, right? So Visions and then the rest. I'm not going to do the usual of putting them by color. I'm going to put them by set, because otherwise this is going to be ugly to organize. An expansion for Mirage and Magic the Gathering. 15 tradable game cards. A Richard Garfield game. Magic the Gathering. Look at this beautiful thing. $2.95. Oh, now it's like $4.90 something, or $5 even. So depending on how you want to look at it, either this was crazy expensive back in the day, or now is kind of okay, depending on inflation. Published by Wizards of the Coast. And you have all the details there. Foreign patent spending. And what do we have here on the back? Let me see if I can open this. Man, I'm getting so nervous. And these packs are not that that valuable, right? It's not like I'm opening like alpha or beta things. You hold in your hands a special look ahead into the world of Dominia. The tranquil world of Mirage has been shattered by by ambition and war, and peace can only return if the warriors of Jamura uncover the portents hidden within their dreams. You too can witness the future in Visions. They put a line here, a special limited edition preview booster. Wow, crazy. Obviously, we're looking into the past. Can I ninja this thing? I don't think these things are ninjable. I'm thinking about using a pair of scissors, to be honest. But I think that when you open like alpha and beta boosters, they use a pair of scissors, I think, to not like bend the cards in any way. I am just an idiot, so I do it like this. Boosters saved. See, like even the waves on the boosters. Yeah, it's different times, people. Man, okay. Lightning Cloud. This is gonna be a kind of long video. I'm going to read the fuck out of these cards. Lightning Cloud. For one, it's an enchantment. For 1 red, it deals 1 damage to target creature or player. Use this ability only when a red spell is successfully cast, and only for each such spell. Wow. And when flavor text was a thing. Tempest Drake. Flying. Attacking does not cause Tempest Drake to tap, which means vigilance, right? So summon Drake, because yeah, as a note, in case you are too young, I guess, before it wasn't creatures, it was summon Drake, and you know, it's not like now it says creature dragon, right? Or creature Viashino. It's like summon, because you were summoning things. You're a planeswalker. Viashino Sandstalker for 1 and 2 red. It is unaffected by summoning sickness, so it has haste. At the end of any turn, return Viashino Sandstalker to owner's hand. Okay. And the flavor text, people. Some believe Sandstalkers to be illusions. Those with scars know better. Peace Talks. For 1 and 1 blue, 1 and 1 white is a sorcery. During this turn and the next one, players cannot declare an attack and cannot play spells or abilities that target permanents or players. So peace for everyone. Giant Caterpillar. Man, this was a giant thing. For 3 and 1 green is a 3/3. Man, power scaling is a thing. Power creep is a thing, man. For 1 green, sacrifice Giant Caterpillar. Put a butterfly token into play at the end of turn. Treat this token as a 1/1 green creature with flying. So it actually becomes a worse thing. You will expect that it will become like a 3/3 with flying or a 5/5 with flying, but no, it's like a 1/1 with flying. So you're getting flying, I guess. You lose everything else. King Cheetah. Whoa, we got the thing from the box, people. This is, well, it's a common, I guess, but we're lucky. 3 and 1 green is a 3/2. You may choose to play King Cheetah whenever you could play an instant. So this thing has flash, which is great. If you find yourself and a friend being chased by a King Cheetah, you have but one chance. Trip your friend. Good phrase. Wicked reward. Nice. For 1 and 1 black. Mind you, I'm going to read the ones in English. The others in other languages that we're going to try, but can't guarantee. Sacrifice a creature. Target creature gets +4/+2 until the end of turn. The blood on my hands is merely proof of my ambition. Undo. For 1 and 2 blue is a sorcery. Return 2 target creatures to its owner's hand. No, not bad. Oh, and it's the art from the booster. That's cool. Gossamer Chains. For 2 white is an enchantment. It says return Gossamer Chains to owner's hand. Target unblocked creature deals no combat damage this turn. They have a weird texture to them. They kind of scratch each other when you move them. Feral Instinct. They are like polish. 1 and 1 green. Target creature gets +1/+1 until the end of turn. Draw a card at the beginning of the next turn's upkeep. Talroom's Champion. For 4 and 1 red, it's a 3/3 Summon Minotaur. First strike. Well, first strike was the thing. Whenever Talroom Champion blocks or is blocked by any creature, that creature loses first strike until the end of turn, which is kind of a okay ability, but whatever. Rock Slide. For X and 1 red is an instant. Rock Slide deals X damage, divided any way you choose, among any number of target attacking or blocking creatures without flying. Good old rock. Nothing beats rock. Orborg Mindsucker. For 2 and 1 black is a 2/2. It says it's a summon, Mindsucker, which was a creature type. Well, you pay 1 black, sacrifice it, and second opponent discards a card at random. Play this ability as a sorcery. My pet will pick the ripe fruit from your tortured brain as if it were hanging from a vine. Shrieking Drake. For 1 blue is a 1/1. It has flying. When Shrieking Drake comes into play, return a creature you control to owner's hand. Karvek believes the Drake's cries herald his victory. In truth, they mourn aloud for his impending demise. Wow. Meaningful, man. And a Jamuran Lion for 2 and 1 white is a 3/1 Summon Lion. It has, if you pay 1 white and tap it, target creature cannot block this turn. The Lion blinked. Femeref expression, meaning situation avoided. Man. See, simpler times. It was cool. Like, and they are rough on the edges. Like they kind of scratch each other and they are rough on the edges. It was a different time. Look at that back. Never change. And they smell like dreams. They smell like dreams and 1996. So that was the first one. Now we're going to Germany for a Renaissance pack with 8 Spill Cotton. So I am going to apologize in advance because I'm going to offend multiple countries as I do this unboxing. Same logic here, and in the back you have, difficult to read, but you know, Dominia, Strike, and Sagen. You read this, okay? So Legends and the Dark, Antiquities and Arabian Nights. So it's compatible with those, I guess. Magic worked different back in the day. See, and feel free to read it. Garfield Games, man. The Godfather was a lot more involved before, man. I'm not bending the cards, okay? So just so you know, I'm trying to do my best to open this without... So you'll be thinking, why? And the reason why is I normally try to save at least 1 wrapper from each set. These are not going to be the exception. And that implies that I need to ninja these boosters. Now, with time, ninjaing boosters has become more difficult, which I am happy with, because it means that people can't reseal them, right? A lot of these, if you can do this easily, that means that you can open and reseal a booster, which to me is whatever, because I don't do that, but there are a lot of douchebags that will take advantage of people. Oh man, almost perfect. Well, we tried. Let's see. This one is in German, so heads up. Oof. I'm gonna do my best here. Well, actually, you know what? For this to be fun for everyone, I'm going to try to read it, and then I'm gonna, So, Schrecken aus dem All. So that is cosmic horror, according to my phone here. That's cosmic horror. And what does cosmic horror do? Well, not much. It's uncommon. I would like to see the detail. Okay, first strike, which is hot Herzschlag. Sorry. At the beginning of your upkeep, destroy this creature unless you pay 3 and 3 black. Damn. If this creature is destroyed this way, it deals 7 damage to you. Man, this thing is shit. The different times, people. Different times. It was 3 and 3 black for a 7/7. Nowadays, it's like the normal cost. And here they were like, no, it will do damage to you. Terravus, which is an artifact creature. Artifact creature. I don't know. It's called Terravus. At the beginning, it has flying, which is can fliegen, which means can fly, I guess. This creature enters with 3+1/+1 counters on it. At the beginning of your upkeep, you may remove any number of +1/+1 counters from this creature. If you do, create that many 1/1 colorless Tetravite artifact creature tokens. They each have flying, and this token can be enchanted. At the beginning of your upkeep, you may exile any number of tokens created with this creature. If you do, put that many +1/+1 counters on this creature. Well, that's not bad. I mean, I can see some use for this card. That's the reason why this card has some value compared to the others. Riesenstark, which I don't know. It's certainly a piece of art. Giant Strength, Enchanted creature gets +2/+2, and then flavor text. Okay, not bad for 2 red. Nowadays it will be Storm Ram, which I guess will be something like a battering ram. Yeah, that's the thing. Battering ram. Oof, what a Bible. At the beginning of combat on your turn, this creature gains banding. Man, banding. Remember banding? This creature gains banding until the end of combat. Any creatures with banding and up to 1 without can attack in a band. Bands are blocked as a group. If any creature with banding you control are being blocked by a creature, you divide that creature's combat damage, not its controller, among any of the creatures it's blocking. Damn. Whenever this creature becomes blocked by a wall, destroy that wall at end of combat. So not bad. But banding is a thing. Orcs von der Eschring Klaue. Orcs helmet or something? Iron Claw Orcs. Okay. Orcs von der Eschring Claws. So claw is claws, I guess, and orcs, and the Iron Claw is the part that was missing. But this creature can't block creatures with power 2 or greater. Okay. Okay, that's the thing. I love old Magic, man. I love it with a freaking passion. It's so we have it good now because we are so used to the standardized ways of everything working. But this one is Doster Waldkeiler, which means Dorkwood Boars. Well, it doesn't mean, but that's the name of the card in English. It doesn't have anything except flavor text. It's a 4/4, and it has a quote from the Bible apparently, Marcus 5:13. So Ooh. So Western, their flame. Wizards of the Flame? Wizards of the Coast? Sisters of the Flame. Okay. It also, well, it has all these text, and it's basically tap, add 1 red. So all this text for nothing. Obviously, different times. It was like a new effect, I guess. And mind you, I don't know if you noticed, but this Renaissance, if I recall correctly, was like a reprint set. So that's why we're getting from Arabian Nights, from a lot of cards from different sets. So that's kind of what we're getting. And last but not least is Naf's Asp. Whenever this creature deals damage to a player, that player loses 1 life at the beginning of their next draw step, unless they pay 1 before they draw step. Oh, that's not bad. And for 1 and a 1/1, this thing I can do some stupid things in Commander with this. That's not bad. But yeah, so see, like it's a mix of sets. This was a reprint set. They would not do this ever again. Like they include reprints, but they don't do like a greatest hits. That's why it was called Renaissance, right? And that's why we have here like the 4 sets that included Antiquities, Arabian Nights. You can see Antiquities, Arabian Nights, Legends, and the Dark. So different times. So now we're going to France for Terres Natales, and which means motherlands. Magic l'Assembly, which and 8 cards. So this is one of those. Belgique per Carta Mundi is everything done in Belgium. And some text. Le monde oublié des terres natales est tenu caché pendant des générations par un mystérieux magicien n'atteint plus d'être redécouvert de nombreux people, cultures et créatures. I don't know. So as I said, my apologies to all countries in the world. I'm trying. I do love languages, right? So it's not like this was most easy. It's not like I'm making fun. Obviously, it sounds like it because it's like, well, if you wanna shortcut into French, just talk like that. You wanna shortcut into German, sound angry. You wanna shortcut into Italian, just pipiriparo, right? That sort of thing. And that's mildly offensive, but at the same time, it's part of the beauty of the differences in the word between languages. They sound so different that you can immediately tell. It's like, oh, that's French, right? Like even if you don't. So, École de Magic. This is Wizard School. I don't need a translation for this. Tap, it gives you a colorless. 1 untap, it gives you blue. Then 2 untap white, 2 untap black. So not bad. And Terres Natales is its own set, right? So we don't have the same scenario as the other. Soraya des Falcons, so the Soraya's Falcons, or Soraya the Falconer, maybe. Soraya the Falconer, bird, all the falcons, so I guess all the birds get +1/+1. And for 1 and 1 white, this is like this is the most expensive session of Duolingo that I ever had in my life. For 1 and 1 white, target bird creature gains banding until the end of turn. Regroupment, that's banding. Damn, freaking banding. Banding is one of those mechanics that I get it, but I don't get it. Like I need to remember how it's used, and I go like, oh, and then I always forget. Because it's so confusing, but it's not really that confusing once you get into it. Merchant 9, so I guess Dwarf Merchant, or the name is Dwarven Trader, if I recall correctly. 1 for 1, different times. Emboscade, which is now I forgot in English, but I know this word. It's a when they trap you, man, what's the word in English? Ambush. So this is an ambush. All the blocking creatures gain first strike until the end of turn. Okay. Oh, ces imbéciles. These things are playing hard in French. In French, we play hard Magic. They started saying imbeciles right away. I guess it will be fools in the English card, but brume affamé, which I guess is like mist, hungry mist or something. Mist, broom, like broom is like a mist, so hungry mist. At the beginning of your upkeep, sacrifice this creature unless you pay 2 green, because it says like bury, right? Like enterré. Which it was bury before. They said like bury instead of like sacrifice or kill or whatever. I don't think they ever say kill, they say sacrifice. But before they were like bury this card. It's like, man, okay, cool. Perchemin du Marchand, which means like papers of the merchant or like documents of the merchant or something like that. And search your library for an ephemeral blue or 1 interruption blue. So a instant blue or a ephemeral sorcery blue, I guess. Let me see if I can get this with my translator. No, it doesn't. So F it, I'm gonna wing it. So I guess ephemera is like sorcery, I guess, and interruption is instant. So either a sorcery or a blue instant. Reveal it to all the players and put it into your hand, and then shuffle. So you can play Universal Magic. We can get all together. Barbarian arrows, I think, which or barbeles apparently is serrated arrows. A lot of text. This artifact enters with 3 arrowhead counters on it. Fer de Flèche. At the beginning of your upkeep, if there are no arrowhead counters on these artifacts, sacrifice it. Tap, remove an arrowhead counter from this artifact, put a -1/-1 on target creature, which is a good idea. But for 4, that's kind of rich. And Albatross Giant, which I guess means giant albatross. Giant albatross, it has flying, vol, and interest, so sacrifice all the creatures. When this creature dies, you may pay 1 and 1 white, 1 and 1 blue. If you do, for each creature that dealt damage to this creature this turn, destroy that creature unless its controller pays 2 life. A creature destroyed this way can be regenerated. That's the current effect. It's a simplified version of that Bible. So that's it for Terres Natales, which is Homeland, if I am not wrong. Homelands. Now we're going with Chronicles, and this is a Japanese Chronicles. So, yeah, my friends, this one, Hobby Japan. This one is going to be a tough one. I am going to need my translator. Basically, yeah, it's a reprint set, right? So Arabian Nights, Antiquities, Legends, and the Dark, similar to some of the others that we saw. It's funny because it's a shame they don't do that anymore. These reprint sets. Funny enough, Flesh and Blood does it, and with white borders, and people like it. So, well, Magic doesn't, because Magic is almost like a Bitcoin at this point. It's like a thing. It has market value, and reprints have a value and all that. So, what is this? I don't know. We will find a second. Triassic Egg. 3 and tap, put a hatchling counter on this artifact. Sacrifice this artifact, choose 1. Activate only if there are 2 or more hatchlings. Hatchling counters on this artifact. Either you may put a creature card from your hand to the battlefield, not bad, or return target creature card from your graveyard to the battlefield. Okay. Not bad. So that's the first one. This is becoming difficult because I'm using the other hand for the translator. So it is what it is. Shimian Night Stalker. I love the Shimian thing. It's not Simian, it's Shimian. It's a Night Stalker. The type of creature is Night Stalker. 1 black and tap. All damage that will be dealt to you this turn by target attacking creature is dealt to this creature instead. Okay. Let's put this thing here. Chrysalis, maybe, or something like that. Cocoon. Man, I was so close. Enchant creature you control. When this aura enters, tap enchanted creature and put 3 Pupa counters on this aura. Enchanted creature doesn't untap during your untap step, as if this aura has a Pupa counter on it. At the beginning of your upkeep, remove a Pupa counter from this aura. If you can't, sacrifice it. Put a +1/+1 counter on enchanted creature, and that creature gains flying. So it's like the giant thing before, but now any creature becomes like a butterfly-like thingy. Who are you? Giant slug. Man. See, simpler times, just big bugs and stuff like that. You pay 5, because one and one black, you pay 5. At the beginning of your next upkeep, choose a basic land type. This creature gains land walk of the chosen type until the end of the turn. And land walk, in case you're new to this, means that it can be blocked as long as the defending player controls a land of that type. So this card is not that bad. It's not super duper, but it's not that bad. You can see, by looking at these cards, you can get a lot of the ideas that Yu-Gi-Oh! Had at the beginning. You can see where they came from. This creature can be blocked. This is Argothian Pixies. This creature can be blocked by artifact creatures. Prevent all damage that will be dealt to this creature by artifact creatures. Okay. Ooh, a sword. It's not a sword of something, so I can only wish. Let's see what the application says. What the translating app. Well, the translating app is telling me that good luck with that. I'm trying off camera, because you can. Maybe a better Magic player than I will be like, oh yeah, I know that one. Okay, got it. So Rune Sword. It costs 6. It costs 3 and tap. Target attacking creature gets +2/+0 until the end of turn. So you don't equip it, which is funny. You don't equip it. The thing is there, and then you pay 3 and tap it, and then target attacking creature gets +2/+0 until the end of turn. Any creature damaged by that creature cannot regenerate this turn. Yeah, regeneration was the thing. If such a creature receives lethal damage this turn, remove it from the game. If the target leaves play before end of turn, bury Rune Sword. So, not a super duper good card, you know what I mean? It's it's very expensive. Nowadays, this thing will be... nowadays, this thing will be... No, I mean, this thing is unviable. Mountain Yeti. Wow. It has Mountain Walk, which means it can be blocked as long as the defending player controls a mountain. It has protection from white. Whoa, that's crazy. What else do we have here? Keepers of the Faith, which is just a 2/3 that has lore. So that's great. Fun fact: in the reprints, you don't have many lands apparently in this booster. Urza's Tower. Oh, let's go. Man, this is the Urza's Tower, the one that we still use. You tap it and you add 1 colorless. If you control an Urza's Mine and an Urza's Power Plant, you add 3 colorless instead. So, see, we can still play with these cards. Goblin Shrine. Okay, Goblin Shrine, enchant land. As long as enchanted land is a basic mountain, goblin creatures get +1/+0. When this aura leaves the battlefield, it deals 1 damage to each goblin creature. Whoa, okay, that's dangerous. A very abstract looking card. Indestructible Aura. Well, that thing is aura farming, that makes sense. What do we have here? Prevent all damage that will be dealt to target creature this turn. Okay, for 1 white, an instant, not bad. And it's signed. I miss. See, like some cards are signed. Back in the day, it was like a more standard thing. The artist will sign the card. See, like on the corner of the drawing itself, and then wizards will put the name under it. But nowadays, it's not that likely that they put the signature in the painting. Transmutation is an instant. It costs 1 and 1 black. Switch target creature's power and toughness until the end of turn. So, magical sword and shield from Yugi. Not bad. Not bad. These chronicles in Japanese now. You really needed a translator for that, unless you know Japanese, in which case. And now we're going to Italy for Alliance. Doce carte del gioco collezionabili. And this thing translated by different countries, different things. You gotta love it. And again, my apologies to the Italians for what is about to come. I love Italy. I love Italy. I don't like your food that much because I am fat because of it. Because I can't stop eating it. So this one doesn't have any flavor on it. You can see that we were like. Oh no, actually the flavor is on the. This makes more sense. The flavor is on the side that you don't need to flip. So mentre il giaco alimenta la propria mortale morsa, dominaria si risveglia dal proprio lungo e freddo sonno. Un mondo politicamente ed ecologicamente devastato si offre agli occhi dei propri abitanti. La unica possibilità per sopravvivere è dimenticare gli antici odi e unire le forze. Per dominaria, fun fact is like I think everything talks about dominaria, but they only agreed on dominaria later because it was called dominiri or something like that. Dominia or something. Per dominaria si apre un'era di lotta di speranza e soprattutto un potere di nuove alleanze. Un schiti alla lotta plasma il tuo futuro. Okay. Sorry to all the Italians. Can I... Oh, this was painful. It was because I was too confident in my Italian, so this happened. Well, good try. Let's see. Morte apparente. You're going to which is false demise. Okay, I wouldn't translate it like that, but that's the original name of the card. Enchant creature. When enchanted creature dies, return that card to the battlefield under your control for 2 and 1 blue. It's an enchantment. Incanta creatura. Morti di Valduvia. Valduvian Dead. Okay, nothing that crazy. It's a summon zombie. For 2 and 1 red, which you can tell, but that's a red. Exile a creature card from your graveyard. Create a 3/1 black and red Graveborn creature token with haste. Sacrifice it at the beginning of the next end step. Not that bad, but it's too expensive. Foviare, which is translated as Fervor, or maybe not. Let me see if I can get it outside of the camera. Oh no, Furviari means misinformation. Oh, that's the translation officially. It's an instant. Put up to 3 target cards from an opponent graveyard on top of their library in any order. Mind you, I'm not only translating them, but I'm reading the new shortened version of their effects. So, because, you have Bibles here. Gorilla Ciclopico, which, Gargantuan Gorilla. For 4 and 3 green is a 7/7. So that's a lot of gorillas. It's an ape. Evoca Gorilla. At the beginning of your upkeep, you may sacrifice a forest. If you sacrifice a snow forest this way, this creature gains trample at the end of turn. If you don't sacrifice a forest, sacrifice this creature and it deals 7 damage to you. Man, this thing was... old magic was relentless. And if you tap it, this creature deals damage equal to its power to another target creature. That creature deals damage equal to its power to this creature. So they fight, basically. Not bad. Oráculo de Leosa, so bone oracles, or Oracle of Bones. Casting of Bones. Okay, enchant creature for 2 and 1 black is a enchantment. Enchant creature. When enchanted creature dies, draw 3 cards, then discard 1 of them. Okay, not bad. Kind of expensive, but not bad. Veteran's Voice, Voce del Veterano, Voce? No, Voce. Enchant creature. Tap enchanted creature. Target creature other than the creature tapped this way gets +2/+1 until the end of turn. Activate only if enchanted creature is untapped. For 1 red, not that bad. Sagio del Soldevi. So, Sage of Soldevi or something like that? Soldevi Sage. Okay, yeah. So for 1 and 1 blue is a 1/1, and if you tap it, sacrifice 2 lands, draw 3 cards, then discard one of them. Not the craziest thing. Demon Illusorio. So Illusory Demon. Phantasmal Fiend. Oh, okay. Creature, Demon. Well, it's a creature illusion or phantasma. Because it's ghost. Phantasma means ghost. But for 3 and 1 black is a 1/5. And it says pay 1 black. This creature gets +1/-1 until the end of turn. And you pay 1 and 1 blue. Switch this creature power and toughness until the end of turn. Okay. Decent. But nowadays not very useful. Ethers Selvatico. Wild Aether is the name of the. So is a bird. Nowadays it says just a creature bird, but before it was a lot more creative. It was like Evoca Aether. Like it will say summon and the type of creature. Then they standardize the type. So it's like bird, and the gorilla wouldn't be a gorilla. It will be just ape because ape is the type, right? Flying, Ataco Improviso, which means first strike. And then for 2 white, this creature gets +2/+0 until the end of turn. Activate only once each turn. Okay. Tatice di Guerriglia. Tatice, Tactics. Guerrilla Tactics. Okay. Let's see what it does. Guerrilla Tactic deals 2 damage to any target. When a spell or ability an opponent controls causes you to discard this card, it deals 4 damage to any target. Guerrilla Tactics. You can see that not all have the same coloring. This one is more yellow than this one. That's not a camera thing. Is actually what it is. So Scorta di Keldor. So Keldoran Escort. It has banding, which means is bracco in Italian. Man, freaking banding. And last but not least, Forza Febrile, which means favors force, strength, or like crazy strength, or fevered strength. There you go. For 2 and 1 black is an instant. Target creature gets +2/+0 until the end of turn. Draw a card at the beginning of next turn's upkeep. Okay. So, il mio amico es el finale del busterino de la magia. No sé. I don't know. That's the Alliance or Alliance. That's the Alliance booster in Italian. So this is kind of fun. The video is getting long as hell because I'm translating all of them and seeing what they do and all that. But this is kind of fun. And it's fun to see how they translate things in other countries and languages. By the way, the last one is another Visions one. This will be a nice thing to give someone, to be honest. Like you get 2 previews from Visions and you get some cool reprints, and I feel like Magic doesn't do this anymore. Like Pokemon does. They have like all those teens and school supplies packs and all that where they just put old boosters in there because they need to get rid of the old stock. But Magic no longer. Magic is just like, nah, you're buying the thing. Like we don't accommodate for you. But it's fun. It's fun to see how they write stuff. Like if you kind of understand the language, you see how it's not like a direct translation, it's like a appropriation. That plus together is a localization. That plus the fact that these are all cards, so the format of Magic is different. It's very fun overall. I'm loving this experience. I hope you're having fun too. Undiscovered Paradise is a land. Add 1 mana of any color to your mana pool. At the beginning of your next untap phase, return Undiscovered Paradise to its owner's hand. Man. Well, okay, for mana fixing is a thing, I guess. Vampirism. Enchantment. For 1 and 1 black. Draw a card at the beginning of the upkeep of the turn after Vampirism comes into play. Enchanted creature gets +1/+1 for each other creature you control. All other creatures you control get -1/-1. Ovinomancer, which... Do we get this one? No. 2 and 1 blue for a 0/1. When Ovinomancer comes into play, return 3 basic lands you control to the owner's hand or bury Ovinomancer. If you tap it, you return Ovinomancer to its owner's hand, bury target creature, and put a ship token into play under the control of the creature's controller. Treat this token as a 0/1 green creature. So, not bad, but it does it does bounce a lot, and it's kind of expensive with your lands for a 2 and 1 blue, and plus, I don't know. Well, they evolved in terms of design. Goblin Recruiter, very abstract art, love it. For 1 and 1 red, it's a 1/1 summon goblin. When Goblin Recruiter comes into play, search your library for any number of goblin cards. Reveal those cards to all players. Shuffle your library, then put the cards on top of your library in any order. Next, Gossamer Chains, which we already pulled. Feral Instinct for 1 and 1 green. It's an instant. Target creature gets +1/+1 until the end of turn. Draw a card at the beginning of next turn's upkeep. Okay. Taltrum's Champion, we already pulled. Dark Privilege. Look at that gremlin. For 1 and 1 black, enchanted creature gets +1/+1. And sacrifice a creature, regenerate enchanted creature. Knight of the Mists for 2 and 1 blue. Is a summon knight, is a 2/2 and has flanking. Whenever a creature without flanking is assigned to block a creature, the blocking creature gets -1/-1 until the end of turn. When Knights of the Mist come into play, pay 1 blue or bury target knight. Fear the Mists, for they are armed. The art is very abstract too. Warrior's Honor for 2 and 1 blue is an instant. All creatures you control get +1/+1 until the end of turn. We are bound together as the reeds of a basket. Bull Elephant for 3 and 1 green is a 4/4 summon elephant. When Bull Elephant comes into play, return 2 forests you control to owner's hands or bury Bull Elephant. Man, this set is very all or nothing. Rocket Slide, which was the way of like maintaining the power level more or less quiet, but still, if you go to a deck from this year to back in the day, man, they will go crazy. For X and 1 red, Rock Slide deals X damage divided any way you choose among any number of target attacking or blocking creatures without flying. Oh, we actually put this one. Orbog Mindsucker 2, Shrieking Drake, and Jamuran Lion. I feel like similar to what happens nowadays with preview boosters and all that, this was not really random, right? So you get some random cards, but you get some repeats. So not bad. This video was kind of longer than I was expecting, but it was pretty cool. The Multiverse gift box, and it's called like that because we get boosters. Hard to find international boosters from all over the world. We got Italian, German, Japanese, French, and 2 visions in English. And it's fun as a time capsule. 2 vision preview boosters. Man, it's coming in 1997, and you can use this to store your cards and look at the art. Look at this amazing. I can imagine you being a kid. Well, I was a kid back in this time, but I wasn't into Magic. Also, it was very expensive. But early 1997, it's like, oh, look at the things that are coming. Like, man, I love this sort of time capsules. And yeah, I don't know. I love it, man. I loved it. I love the box. I love how sturdy it is. And I love the cards. Overall, I had a great time. And I hope you did too. Please let me know down below what you think about this. What you think about these time capsules. Would you love that Wizards does this again? Like just old boosters from different countries, like imagine getting this today, a gift box, instead of like the gift pack and stuff like that. Like you get a cool box, and then it's like, listen, you get some Kamigawa Neon Dynasty from Japan, you get some new Capenna from France, although it's Art Deco, so that technically that should be like UK, so it should be English. UK should be like the US, should be English, but like let's go French. Let's go because it's Art Deco at the end of the day, even though the gangster theme is more of a US thing. But you get what I mean. It's like new Capenna in French, Kamigawa in Japanese, maybe what else? Dominaria in English, I guess, because why not? Ravnica in German. You know what I mean? Like. Just go for it. Just go crazy. Maybe some cards in Spanish too. That will be pretty cool. I think that people will dig that. But nowadays it's all about competitive, and you have to read the card and all that. So I guess it's not as fun as these. But I imagine someone in 1996 getting this, and half of these cards you will be like, bam, 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 because again, 1996 there was internet. Well, there was no Google Translate. There was no applications to scan the cards. So you will get these. Half of these, more than half of this gift box, if you spoke English, because this was supposed to be sold in the US, you wouldn't understand half of this shit. You will be like, I guess. And maybe if you recognize the English card, you'll be like, oh, okay, it's that card. Maybe if you will buy a dictionary and you will translate, this will be, I can imagine some people in 1996 using this sort of thing as a gateway to learn languages, not on purpose, but by proxy. Like, oh, well, they give me this. So in order for me to understand, I had to get a dictionary of Japanese or German and try to translate what the card did. And that's how I learned, similar to how I learned languages by playing video games, same logic, same principle. But if you had these back in the day, let me know. I would love to hear about you. And if you didn't, let me know your opinion. I'm amazed by this. I love this old stuff. I really love it. It's just fun. It's a different era. You can feel it. Like, I mean, it's the cheetah. There's a cheetah in the box. Like that's the cool thing about the set. It's a freaking cheetah. So I don't know. Let me know down below. I'd love to see you here. Would love to see you again. And I hope to see you next time in this channel, your favorite channel, Packs and Recreation. Like, subscribe, or otherwise the cheetah will bite you. So, thank you very much and bye. Arrivederci. Adieu. Auf Wiedersehen. Sayonara. See, we also do multi-language in this channel. Bye.